welcome back to the channel, and we have finally our Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus Prime, and it is a fantastic figure. It has all the normal and modern articulation that you would see in a modern Transformer. It has that option where you can remove that matrix of leadership. It's a pretty cool figure. It has a lot of gimmicks. You can actually remove the smokestacks and put it on the gun, and pretty much you have a more powerful weapon. Pew 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 pew. Another thing is that when you transform this thing, it's pretty much a doozy. A lot of panel movement, a lot of motions that you have to flip around compared to the old Armada Transformers Optimus Prime, which was a brick and was so easy to transform. But overall, it's pretty much intuitive. You can just really transform it like the usual Armada Optimus Prime. And it is a fun thing to transform. It's just really a fun thing to play with. Especially when you hook up that trailer, it looks fantastic. Another thing is that this Optimus Prime is so posable. You can have a lot of dynamic poses with it. I had fun taking pictures of this, especially in super mode. Comparing it to the original Armada Optimus Prime, the original Armada Optimus Prime is a lot bigger and has a lot of chubby wheels. And of course the exposed fist compared to the Legacy one, which is pretty much streamlined and sleek. The trailer though, although mine is missing that piece where you actually have the component to make it a tower, the trailer is a lot smaller. You can also connect the overload part to it, but yeah, it's not really going to be that stable. It disconnects, and it's not worth it. You know, it's not really designed to do that. Overall, I think we're going to see a new overload in the future. You can hook it up, but it's really going to be just friction. Compared to it, again, it's smaller. It's a lot smaller than the original Armada Optimus Prime, and it's enough to actually be the size of two deluxe class figures if you line them up. Another thing is that this thing right here is a lot smaller than the other trailers that you would have from other Optimus Prime. So we have our Earthrise figure right here. And we have my favorite, the Classics Henge. And then we have the original Armada Optimus Prime. So let's transform this thing to the base mode. The base mode is actually a fun mode. This is one of the things that I enjoyed. A lot of people say that the base mode kind of sucks. But yeah, I think to each their own, and it's an acquired taste. But a lot of panel flipping here and there. If you can take a look at the video, you can just go ahead and take a look at that and see how it works. It's not the most intuitive thing to transform, because most of all the Armada Optimus Prime back then was automatic. All you have to do is just press a button and it would transform. Mine did that back in the day when it was still working. But here you have a lot of turning and panel flips, and it can be a doozy. So you have to take a look at that manual right there. But once you achieve that final form, it's going to look like something like this. There you go. So you just have to put that blaster right there, and that's pretty much it. Very plain, but I came up with this version. I mean, some people might have already did this, but this is my own version of the battle platform, and it looks better. It looks a lot better in this mode right here. I mean, you can put Jetfire right there and Overload and a bunch of Minicons and Micromasters, and they will look amazing. It's just stunning to have that kind of playset. Magna Base, I would call it, because the Magna Convoy. And of course, let's transform this thing into its super mode. So the super mode, compared to the original Armada Optimus Prime, the original Armada Optimus Prime was just a brick. You can just take the trailer and pop in the top part, and that's pretty much it. But here again, you got a lot of flipping and flopping. You got a lot of motion movement going on right there. But yeah, it's all worth it, because you're replacing that ton of electronics and the sound gimmicks that the brick used to have, and you're giving it full articulation. The articulation is just the winning part of this figure. It's very dynamic. You can do a lot of different things with it, and that's the bottom part. Here's the top part. So you just have to flipperoo here and there, open some few panels, split that arm section right there, and then just remove these panels over here too. It is, again, it's gonna be time consuming as you do that, but overall I think it's a fun experience when you play around with this. Just mind you that there are some sections that I would say that it's very clunky, especially the part where you have to connect the back piece. This one right now, well, not that one, because we're trying to put the arms to the back section, but that panel, the front grill, you have to really find a way to squeeze that in to the truck mode. There you go. So you're gonna squeeze that in right there. There's a tight groove right there. There's a hole, and it might take a few tries before you can plug it in. But once you do, it snaps like and fits like a glove, and bada bing, bada boom, you got it. There you go. That is your Super Mode Optimus Prime. And here we go with the Super Mode Optimus Prime together with his normal mode Optimus Prime. So we have our Super Mode Optimus Prime together with the Overload figure from ARMADA, together with the Minicons, and you have the Skyboom shield and the Star Saber. Together they look amazing. Definitely, if you have those Minicons, make sure that you have them. We have a little bit of comparison right here with the Magna Jet Convoy from the original ARMADA series, together with our Legacy Combiner Menasor, and they look amazing. Welcome back, and pretty much that's what we have for our review today. So our final say, let's try to bring in our Super Mode ARMADA Legacy Optimus Prime, and I'm just really blown away by this figure. It's really amazing, and I think it's a near perfect figure. I mean, there are some minor, I would say minor nitpicks here and there, most likely because this is ARMADA, and ARMADA is all about super linking, you know, connecting those little Minicons into those ports. Most of the, you know, ports back then had these, and what you do is you really grab one of them Minicons and then you just put them here, and all of the Minicons would have universal ports that would be like that, and all of the Transformers in that line would just really plug in. You don't have to mix and match, you know, they're all universal with this type of connection. But with this, you know, the Legacy ARMADA, they don't have that type of port, so they don't have the Minicons to connect to that unless you have specific Minicons like the Skyboom shield right here and the Star Saber. It's gonna make your experience a lot better. But if you have specific Micro Masters, that is, so I think this is the route that Hasbro is going to go. So if you have these Micro Masters right here, the Micro Masters would have these pegs, and they can plug into those holes that you have on Legacy ARMADA Optimus Prime, and they look amazing. So you would be able to do that, and just really, there's one more down there. So you could plug that in and give it that nostalgic, very nostalgic Minicon feel right there. And of course beside it is our Magna Jet Convoy, which is super old. You can't see the face anymore, and I lost the antenna, you know, the side antennas on that figure right there. It's super dark. It's been out in the sun. It's been cooking inside my old room. I had to bring it here, and it's just towering over our Legacy ARMADA Optimus Prime. But other than the big size that this boasts, the play factor and the whole fun value of this toy just really blows it out of the park. You know, just like knocks everything out of the park. I mean, you got what do you call this, Menasor right there, and he's a fun figure, but I had tons of fun with this figure right here, and you know, to the point that you might want to go ahead and grab this Optimus Prime, another Optimus Prime, and keep it in normal mode, in just the regular mode, and leave it as is, so that you have a super mode. You don't have to transform that. I think I did that. I'm a little biased because I did that with the original Armada Optimus Prime. I had 3 of those, and I just took the ones that I can find right off the bat when I went home to the to my old house, and I tried finding the easiest one to grab. There are 2 more somewhere stashed away in some boxes, but it's great if you have multiple of these, because you don't have to transform it all the time. You saw the transformation video. It's a little hassle to transform this, but this, you know, this figure right here is also amazing. It looks fantastic. I just really wish, oops, sorry, it's falling apart. No, it's falling apart. I just really wish that they had the chance to make a Micromaster out of Sparkplug, so we could officially connect Sparkplug, his Minicon, to Legacy Optimus Prime. Another thing is that I was trying to look for the Skyboom shield, but I mean not the Skyboom shield, the Requiem blaster, but I don't have it, so I guess this would do for now. This is going to be the makeshift Requiem blaster for Super Optimus Prime, because this is the more recent Micromaster version of that. But other than that, final say, it's a fantastic figure. I would definitely recommend it, and I would give it a 9. I would give it a very strong 9. So if you have not gotten this Optimus Prime yet, go ahead and grab him now. It's been an amazing, fun experience playing around with this figure. So if you've liked the video, if you've seen all these videos that we've been posting out, and you haven't subscribed, click on that subscribe button right there. Go ahead and click on that, and of course click on the like button and the bell notification to get notified. And thank you very much for all those people that have been subscribing lately. You are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's pretty much it for us. That's all the time that we have. Remember, so all in one, peace out, rock and roll.